at the original series U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701. This is the HD version, and I've already taken it out of the box. But there we go. And there's nothing on here, and I don't mind this either. Out of all this series, I can't remember about the last series, the black boxes. But with this series that came out in 2012, I think it is, 2013, they all had the same blue box. The only different that lets you know what's in here is you see the ship in there, and then it has like these the sayings, whatever is on there. Now with the All Good Things Enterprise, it had a sticker that said, I think, All Good Things on it, whatever. Other than that, like, the boxes are all pretty much the same. Like all the original series stuff, same box. All the next gen stuff, same box. So that's pretty cool. The boxes are pretty sturdy. I just wish like they have improved a little bit. Like they used to have bigger plastic on here. I think the older versions of the same the pre-refit original series type Enterprise, I think they had like both nacelles exposed. So a little more box actually goes a long way. I just kind of wish they were a little more reinforced, because they kind of tend to bow in where the plastic is. But you know, unless you're super picky about it being mint in box, and it doesn't really matter, I suppose. You can see inside there you have like the extra part that goes on the bottom. It has like what I like to call the stand delete panel on there. It's just a flat panel that replaces the one on the bottom that the stand hooks into. And you can see there's the bottom of the stand. I left it in there because I didn't feel like taking it out, and I already had like 3 or 4 of the stands, so I just got the same bottom off another ship and plugged the Enterprise into it. But yeah, there we go. The other thing that comes in this box is the actual upper part of the stand and the Enterprise itself. And we got the HD, the whatever you want to call it, high definition, what do they call it? What are they calling it? Not extended, but the shoot, not refurbished. What is it they call it when they, anyway, enhanced version, whatever. The DVDs and Blu-rays that came out, they went through and replaced like all the effects, right? Which included like all the ships, anything that was interior and all that, the exterior shots that had people in it and stuff like that. Those were just cleaned up and stuff. I don't think they did a whole lot with the effects. I think they pretty much just duplicated those wherever they fixed them or tweaked them or whatever, cleaned those up. But the biggest difference is all the space shots, all the planets, all the ships. And they went through and they tracked all the movement and everything to make sure that you could, you know, it still maintain the integrity of the show. But they really replaced all the, basically the models with new digital models. And this is the one for the USS Enterprise NCC-1701. Now, originally you couldn't make out like all the grid lines and some of the detail and stuff on the original ship, but they were there on at least one version of the studio model. There were a lot of details and stuff that you just could not see. Plus the ship was like all kinds of colors, you know, blue, green, whatever. It was all kinds of crazy stuff. And now they brought it back to where everything like has a nice, clean, cohesive look, and this reflects that. So, one of the things you'll notice on here is like I said, the grid lines. These are all painted on. Compared to my original series Enterprise, they don't have that, and also the seam that runs around the edge on the top here is actually a lot tighter, and you can almost not see it. But since there's grid lines on there, this kind of like blends in. And all that. There is a little bit of the dirt that they put on there for the weathering and stuff, just a little bit on the bridge here, and there's a couple of the spots, but it's not that noticeable. Not like my I can't remember if it's the ISS or if it's the regular Enterprise. But anyway, a lot of the details they added besides the grid lines is well, let's see. Let's do a comparison real quick. Just looking at it head on. The dish is a lot darker on the HD, which I'm not sure if that's really making it into the shot there. The antenna is a little bit different. It's a little bit, I guess about the same. It's just missing that little pointy point that came on the front there. On the side, you're looking pretty much the same. Nothing really different, other than the color of the whatever this is right behind the Bassard collectors, these rings, they're a little bit darker. The end caps here on the engines are a little bit darker. The grill's a little bit darker, so a little bit darker paint job on there. Looking at the top, hopefully this is showing up. I have to hold that one, it's a little floppy. You can see this has like the 4 white areas on here. It also has this rust ring, is what they call it, or something like that, rust thing. But I'm watching the HD and I'm not really noticing it. Maybe it's just me, but this is really prominent on this ship. But I don't really notice it on the thing. I just kind of wish they'd left this off. So I'm kind of tempted to repaint it, but I'm not. The bridge is pretty much identical. They did leave off the windows on the front. I don't know if that's an error or whatever. The yellows are a little bit brighter on here, like on this. It has the same stuff on there. They left off these 2 panels right here, which were darkened in on the original. Let's see if these things will hold each other up. Let's try to get a good comparison pose here. And it's not going to happen. I guess I just got to do that. Alright. And then, yeah, so other than the grid lines, the rust ring, the white, and these panels might be outlined, they're about the same. Now, a lot of the panels, like I showed you, the rings and stuff are darker on here, and all that. On the bottom side, which this should be a little bit easier, I'm going to take the stands off these guys here, making this a big mess. Now, dimensionally and all that, going to warp. Dimensionally and all that, I mean, they maintain the same. There's nothing different about the model that changed from the physical model to the digital. Everything's pretty much the same, just it's got more detail. You can see now with this one, I'll go ahead and show you the original series one. You have the legs on there, they're kind of light. You have these 3 plugs that are there, and those are basically where screws are that hold the top and bottom together. And I'll show you something interesting on the other one. What else is different? That's really it on there. You can see like this panel is this light gray. You know, it has like all the same stuff on there. I'll go ahead and turn this on too. So we'll set them down there. Now look on here, these panels are a lot darker and there's no plugs. That's because these are actually separate pieces that cover up the screw holes, which is brilliant. I'm so glad they did that. I just wish that they had somehow figured out how to have like this go in and then the seam be just on the inside of this ring, and it would eliminate the seam from on here. But with the grid lines on there, they kind of blend in okay. The white that's on here is a lot brighter. The yellow is a little bit duller. Other than that, all the details are the same. So basically the underside of the saucer is a different sculpt. Now as far as electronics go, they do have different sounds, but also, if I can turn this guy back on. Oh man, I got a big scuff mark all the way across the top of here. When did that happen? Yeah, I have to take a piece of thing. Come on now. There we go. You can look at the navigation lights are different. I don't remember which ones actually show accurate. I have to look that up. I should have remembered taking notes there. But I even had a research assistant on this one, just checking stuff out for me, giving me notes. But if you can look there, one's got the green on starboard, red on port. The other one's got red on port. The red on starboard, green on port. So I'm not sure which one's which. I know U.S. Navy wise, you're supposed to have the green on port and red on starboard. I believe that's right. No, it's been a while since I had to think about that stuff. The reds are a little bit richer on here. Also, I just noticed. Well, I guess they're about the same. But yeah, they're not bad. They're both really done really well. The Bussard collectors on here are like a translucent yellow, whereas this is more like a frosted clear. They have the same pattern going on for the nacelle lights or Bussard collector lights, whatever, and all that. And I think that's about it. I don't notice any other differences. It's been a while since I've looked at these guys together. I just really wanted to come back and do this. I did a preliminary one and kind of showed it to a friend or two and got their input. And but yeah. overall, the ship's pretty awesome. We'll go through the sounds real quick. So you hold it down and you get the navigation lights and stuff. And then
this is Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise, representing the United Federation of Planets.
And I think that that's different from the other one.
James Kirk, commanding the Starship Enterprise. Mr. Scott, ready to transport room. There, guys.
Going to warp. I can't hold it together, Captain. Cool.
This is Captain James
There we
T.
go.
Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
So that runs through all of them real quick.
Federation of Planets.
Wrong stand. Right stand. So, yeah, this isn't one of my better reviews, I'm going to go ahead and say, but whatever. I'm going to squeeze this thing on there, horseshoe it on, and I've got to like put something on there to keep it from flopping off. Well, then we'll go through the original series one real quick. And that wasn't on the other one.
All weapons to full power.
And that wasn't on the other one. And that was preceded with an energized thing on the HD version. Oh, that wasn't on the other one either. That was on the other one. There was no phasers on the other one either, I don't believe. Yeah, so that's all the differences with the sound and stuff. Can't get these guys done. So there we have it. There we got our original and our HD versions of the Enterprise. And just for fun, let me throw my JJ Prize in here. I mean, it's about the same size and all that. It's a good little family of ships. Unfortunately, I don't have room for both of these, and I'm thinking I might have to repack up the HD for now and just display the regular. Just because like the paint job looks slicker. I mean, the other one looks cool, but maybe I'm just old school and I'm more used to seeing the plainer looking ship. And this has like almost a, not sure how well it's coming across on here, but it has like almost a beigeish kind of tone to it, where this is more of a bluish gray, which is what I, and I've built the kits and stuff, that's what I primarily did. This might be more accurate, but I think this one is more familiar to me. So there you have it. I'm going to give this one probably like a 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to take a half a point away and just subtract it from all my doggone Star Trek reviews. But I really don't like the stands. They could have been done better. They're not bad, but they could have been done better. And they've been improved over the years, but really, I mean, the floppy little arm thing, it looks cool, but it kind of sucks. I mean, I'd rather have like a big double support like this that doesn't like bob, whenever you do it. And this was on sale for like $10. And I want to say, as far as construction, durability, and everything, this one's been like, this is like the toughest toy Enterprise, but as far as collector stuff, these are a little bit better. Yeah, so 8.5 out of 10. Another point, just for the seam, and if you noticed on here, like the seams at the front are like popping loose. I've had to like pinch these a couple of times, and they were like kind of like that, and they seem like they've opened up, or since in the past few months since I've gotten it. But yeah, I mean, seams and stuff on a collector figure or a collector item are kind of like, why? You guys should be able to hide them a little bit better. You know how we're going to display them. It's not going to be, the underside is not going to be the highlight of these things. It's going to be the registry and the front end, so that's my opinion. So 8.5 out of 10 for the Diamond Select U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701 HD version. Would I recommend buying it? If you don't have an Enterprise and it's the cheapest one you can find, get it. If you see this one for the same price, I'd almost flip a coin. I mean, this has more paint apps, but I think this one looks a little bit slicker to me. Or I remember it more like this. Whenever I have nostalgia about the old Star Trek show, I think more of a blue-gray, slicker, Surface Enterprise there. You know, this is almost more like, I would say, almost like an animated series Enterprise, and this would be like the TV show Enterprise. That's kind of like how I'm looking at them. There you go. So thanks for watching, and keep on buying those toys, guys. And yeah, cool.